Yeah, so just starting off real quick in the house, guys. I'll do a proper intro shortly, but I just want you to see the batteries charging because this is going to be the next job on the wild camp in Lorry. But I better head up there quick. Yeah, so just back from the river to Herbie boy. Now, I'm hoping he's not going to decide to fall asleep here. No, he's going. Yeah. Yeah, just back from the river Tay, and yeah, tool station is where it is. You know, we have to get that winch on, which is absolutely brilliant now. Get the bikes on off. I'm just trying to clear up a little bit in here, because one of the jobs we really need to do is tear out. Like, look at that. That's all our wild camping stuff from the Land Rover on for the lorry. What we need to do is rip out this whole interior, because remember what we're doing with the electrics. We've got the electrics to go to a roof bar at the back. There's all sorts of different bits and pieces we're going to need, especially 240 volt. Here we go. So the power needs to sort of be coming from over there when it comes to the batteries and like an inverter and all that. Hey Herbie, I'm sure you agree. Yeah, oh, he's still going to fall asleep, is he? Please don't fall asleep, darling. Yeah. So of course what the plan is at the moment is to put the wiring box in behind that wall there. The one thing I'm concerned about is we've got to actually insulate this bit here. This bit will just be more of a cold area, but in there will be a living area, so this all needs to be insulated, and that causes a problem with electrics if we have any condensation or damp. And here he goes again. Good boy. Show you outside quick. I've got a beautiful day for it, guys. Look, absolutely beautiful. We're really getting there. Mum and Emily just painting the woodwork down there beside the gate, which should look a really nice entrance. With a bit of ragwort to pull and all that. We'll get there. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at outside. Look, this is the old battery bay. But look at it, just coming apart. You just could not trust that now. And what we've got is all these wires. Now, hopefully, as you saw inside, there's a bit right behind here where I think we can get these wires extended up into, so that we can actually have all the electrics up in the back there. That means I can lose this rubbish. Yeah, I think I might have to cut it off by the looks of things, but we'll just have to wait and see. And what that then does, it means then is, see the fuel tank there, is I can move the fuel tank forward, which gives us a lot more room for another toolbox at that side. So we're looking good. So I went to rip out all that interior, look, and I made that space over there to take the lorry down beside all the wood that I've still got to cut up for the fire for this year. But of course the batteries are flat. And I'll tell you, it might not look much, but that'll be a lot of wood coming out of there. A lot of wood. So I've just switched Herbie over to his mask, look, to keep the flies away from his eyes. And that'll keep him nice and comfortable, won't it, darling? You just relax. Yeah, so basically down there, here's the window of the lorry. Down there is this compartment here, which we're going to rip out. I'm going to have to rip that whole compartment out. But it means we can get all the electrics down there. And back on this wall, through the tool station there, I see you, boy. That was where I was planning to have the fuse box assembly. But I really want to insulate this like that. Insulate, to make this a really warm area. We can shut the door and have plenty of warmth through here, Herbie boy. So I'm going to have to rip out the old interior, look. But one of the big things is storage. We're having this real issue with storage because we're still using the lorry while we're doing it, obviously. And I've got some wood, and I think what I'm going to build is a wood storage unit in here to fit these baskets up like that. So basically, whenever we go wild camping, everything, food, clothes, fridge, everything is in there. So I might have to put like a fridge at the bottom there, I think, and then the baskets to start going up. I'm also thinking about might put in that sink in there, Herbie boy. I don't know, it looks a little bit deep because we need to try and keep as much space as we possibly can in here, eh boy? Yeah, but guys, we're actually quite behind, aren't we, boy? We're behind, but we'll get there. So now there's that thought about, you know, where to site the battery, because that's very, very important. We might have put the winch in, we're starting to put the lights all in now and all the bits and pieces, but where do they go? And probably over in that corner there for the bigger electrical stuff. But really, guys, for all the wiring we're going to do, we're going to have to figure out the design that we're going to have us in here, which means ripping this whole thing out. Once this is all out, it'll give me an idea of what we've kind of got to work with. But I won't go on and on about that. You know, I'll just go and get the trailer, start ripping this place apart, and we'll see where we're at. Well, look at this. I knew this would happen. I knew there'd be something. I know there's no other kind of wet patches on the lorry, but I've just uncovered, look, got the cooker and everything. Like, now that looks a lot worse than it is. Basically, it's a bit of a cut and patch job, but underneath we'll have to sort of reinforce a bit as well. I still don't know the entire design of this thing yet, so, you know, I'll just keep playing it by ear. Yeah, so up under here, like, obviously this is why insulation is so important. Like, see how kind of black it is just under where the cooker was? And you kind of look elsewhere, it's not too bad at all. But that's an easy fix, but it's, you know, it's another job I'm going to have to do. This is the importance of insulating, you see. Yeah, so hopefully you can see now tearing up the floor. Like, we've got the lino up and out, look. We're backed into this very grippy good stuff. I don't know where they get that from, but it's good for herbs. But there's also this thing here with the door, and look at the wet coming along. So what we're going to do is get that all done properly. That's good. And what we do is then is we insulate the floor, so it stops the cold hitting the hot. It creates that barrier, and that stops the damp moving. Yeah, I think what we'll do to level this floor back out, you'll see that he's replaced this bit here, like in there, which we're going to have to do again anyway. But I think, guys, if we lift up this kind of mat and stuff, whatever that is, you know, and get this right back down to the floor, we should get it all levelled out really, really nicely. And I think once I've got the wood on, we'll have a nice lip around the edge as well, which will be really good. Yeah, so as you can see, not pretty at all. What we're going to do is let this all dry out, you know, really, really nicely. Then we'll see where we're at. I'm just trying to see a place to situate the batteries, which will be down in here. But the problem is, if I go rip this floor up, well, there's no doubt about it, actually. If I rip this floor up, this floor's going to need ripped up as well. I was hoping to keep these all in place, you know, but I'm just going to have to take them apart. I don't see any sort of other choice. Here's my man Herbie back. Yeah, so look, we've got that whole section out now, look. A whole section out, my boy. I don't know what I've done with treats. I found one treat for him, I don't know where the rest are. He's starting to get bored. He'll just wander away. Yeah, so here we go, this is the bulkhead. And here it goes, just to show, you know, about insulating and having damp, like, hopefully you'll see, like, that's the kind of lip of this metal part that goes down in the bulkhead. This goes on to wood. But obviously the damp's got in there, like, and over the years it's just corroded that whole bit out, you know. So we'll have to think of a fancy fix for that one, I think, but should be reasonably straightforward. It should be okay. Yeah, so that has been a lot of work, a lot of work, but we're getting there. Yeah, so the batteries need to come up here, like, just the battery tray is actually just under there, but we need to get the wires up and get them into here. So we're going to have some kind of a box area. I'm going to leave this one in just for now for storage, and so I can throw stuff up on top and even get a seat if I have to. But boy, oh boy, I'm not going to have, you know, I'm going to take all this off as well. All the tiles, quite a lot of work. And obviously then rip up the floor and see how bad it's not a big fix. It's not a big deal if it's pretty bad, you know, we can still fix it up okay. But it just shows you the importance of insulating, guys. Look. See all the rust along the bottom there, and that's all chewed apart. You know, you've got to insulate. Now this could turn into a major problem, guys, if we don't think about it. I'm hoping you can see that's where the air box is from I showed you at the start of the video, and that is where the battery bay is. So we're coming up here somewhere, and obviously we'll be coming up through this floor. But hopefully you can see now that I'm uncovering all this panel that's been put on here like that is rotting away, because of the moisture that comes up from near the wheels and from the cab and the engine bay and all that. So we really need to do work at the other side of this, and for that you have to lift the cab and get in the back here and see what we're actually dealing with. I think we've done okay. I'm heading home for supper, guys. I really need my food. As you get a little bit older, you seem to need your food a little bit more for energy, you know, but boy oh boy, that's ripped out a lot. But really have to head home. Big boy's quite happy having a snooze there, so I'll sneak away while he's sleeping. Well, we are saying fools, and now it's on to battery number 2. It's always good when you need a bit of energy, guys. Like pasta, tuna, superb, as much as I can eat, actually. So this is what Herb's does to me. You see, if I get caught in a corner, I was just filling up the water for him, like, can't get out there, because it's a bit dangerous to bring him in his hindquarters, like. He blocks me in, he does this quite a lot. Yeah, so just quick for the cars, bikes and boats video, guys. Hopefully you can see there, let's see, you can see the floorboards coming through there. The living area's just through there, and that's the holes I'm talking about there. And I think obviously spray's getting on these boards and it's seeping in underneath. We can take this off and I can replace that with plastic. We could have some sort of like a a shield, you know, make an actual shield here in the back, which I think would be really, really good. But that is why, you see the air gap where I had my fingers, and that's why we're getting moisture coming through the floor as well. This side's not so bad. This side doesn't seem to be bad at all, but to really do this, we need to lift it up. Now, I have got, believe it or not, I've got 3 big, huge, thick plastic signs that I could actually put on there. You know, if you cut this out, I could actually put it on there as a big, big splash guard and make it fit in with everything that you see there. That could be really, really good, guys. Yeah, so just showing them. Still got that. We're getting there though, slowly but surely. But it's the rag work, look. You see how much I've cleared the side of the field, look. And then look over there, got all that rag work over there. We're stripping out the lorry just now, so that's fine. Sharon and Emily are painting down there. Yeah, so hopefully you can see here. These were from my mate's business actually. That's 1, 2, 3. Look how big they are. That's really thick, that one. And I know there's 2 over here as well. And you know something, if we custom make these things, we can make a splash guard that absolutely, see, that's the one I'm thinking about there. We could make a splash guard that absolutely, of course, wouldn't rust. So I got these as well. Look, so I'm going to use these bits of wood that you see on top there for the big trailer there to make the base of it. I've got all this to cut up. I've got all that to cut up, and look, still waiting to get the boat done. We're getting there though, don't worry. Don't worry, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Emily just had a ride of Herbie. Hey. Battery's back and fully charged, guys, but it's home time. Yeah, so listen to that. Doesn't sound serious, but I'm going to have to figure it out. And I think it's, what is it, Wednesday today. Got to get the lorry video on for tomorrow, so I'm going to have to try and rustle on, Herbie boy? Here he comes, look. Yes, I'm just wondering. Oh, I mean, I'm really hoping it's not the big end bearing. It sounds too tinny for that. See, so there you go, that's it revving, there's no noise. Then, it must be just something rattling, and I can't find it anywhere. I'm not sure how it sounds on camera. But boy, if that engine's going, guys, that is a huge problem. I was hoping it was something simple, you know, like a pipe or a heat shield flapping or something, but... And look at this, come in. Hello, boy. Yeah, he's not overly interested, are you, boy? Hey, I see you. Uh-oh. Where are we going? Are you looking for grass? Just going for a sniff out. Look at the size of that boy. I tell you. Yes, I've just figured out that you see all this stuff, bits and pieces here. I'm trying to chip it away and chip it away. It just ain't happening. So I'm just going to lift the whole thing instead. And that's probably the best idea. This all has to come out anyway. So I might as well, eh? So I'm just cracking on, you guys. Cracking on. That's that bit coming apart now. And as well, I'm just giving this a going over as well, because it's all good to go. And the idea is I'm trying to get all this rubbish out so I can get it all in the trailer and off to the recycling centre. I might try and keep those red blinds, they look quite nice. And more come out as we go along. But looking good, guys. I mean, excuse me. Floor looks really, really good. But obviously around the edges here, this is where the moisture's got in. And I think I'm going to have to repair this from both sides. Because that's the back of the cab right there. We're going to have to repair it from both sides. That means rubbing all that down. Red oxide paint. And then try to do something with it. But that's okay. But yeah, the next thing, of course, is I don't want that same problem happening again. But I think we're going to put down insulation, plywood, and then we'll see where we go from there, I think, you know. This one here is just bubbling up. There's a bit of a gap there. And obviously that bit is just absolutely ruined, I think. We'll just have to take that out. But yeah, I was trying to get this stuff off, you know, and it's obviously for horses, for gripping, but it's really tough to come off. So what I'm finding is just taking the, you know, the piece of ply underneath it and just snapping it up the way and out it comes like that. But looking good though, eh? That is looking really good. So still wondering about the final design, you know, just how we're going to lay this thing out, you know, but I'm really hoping we'll get these caravan windows to fit. Got one for there, one for up there, there and there. I could also have a skylight if I really wanted to as well. So I have to think about all those things, because obviously, I mean, just like you see with this job, you remove one thing, then you find another job to do, and so on and so forth. But because we're doing it the way that we're doing it, you know, guys, I need to just get through these things quite quickly, really, you know. So the easiest, the best. But now I've got to go home. I'll be back. Check them on out today, people.
You go to my new gun.
Now.
I mean, it's a little small, but
I thought it was actually smaller than that.
it said 10 inches on the website, but look at this. There's a removable mag with tiny bullets in it.
Yeah.
You can adjust the stop.
Oh, wow. So guys, if you are watching for the first time, David has the full-size versions of these because he does airsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, all airsoft. So he's making this up as a little bit of a collection, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Very, very nice. Guys, look at this. I didn't even realise it did that. Mm-hmm. Look. That is very impressive.
Mm-hmm. It's not the model where you can fire. Well, no, it doesn't fire, but see on this, there's bullets in the mag.
Yeah.
But then when you pull it back, you'd think it would load. Pull it back, doesn't eject. On other models, it does do that.
Wow, that is so cool, son. Yeah, so there we are. I think moving it back, you know, the fuel tank back there, that means I can get it all cleaned up as well and painted. Take the battery box out, that means we'll get a toolkit right in there. You know, so if I'm jumping out the cab, there's stuff right there, you know. That would be really, really good, I think. It's looking good. Yeah, because that's the point of reference is the window look, and the battery box is just kind of, it's off to the right a little bit, isn't it? So the plan still is to wrap the cab red, get the wheels blasted and painted, and of course get BF Goodridges on there. Try and replace some of these. You still get these, you see. Get all that black. Obviously, when the kind of jobs come up is going to be this part here as well. I'm going to use that piece of plastic for, and that'll stop all that moisture getting through into there. We've still got the light bar to go up on the back. And I'll just do things in different order, just to keep it interesting, you know. But we're getting there. Just loads going on, guys, you know, and I've got to film this, edit, you know, I've got to film this, do the work, edit, share it. It's a lot of work. Which is going to look mean when she's got her light bar up the top there. And of course we're going to put legs on this back door as well, so when it drops down it'll be yet another platform that we can use. I'll have to get a normal type of tow bar for the back of there. But actually, rust-wise in that, we're actually not that bad under here. You know, it's all the surface stuff, and when I did the diff, I painted the diff and part of the axle as well. So that shouldn't take too long at all. Everything else is kind of needs cleaned up, you know. Dark grey is going to be for the sides here, definitely. Dark grey back, dark grey sides. And of course the old caravan windows are over there. I'm going to switch them out and make this thing into a beast. Look at that beautiful car. 22 years old. It's absolutely fantastic. He's gone back on the road, I'm telling you. Yes, of course, get horses off of there. We're going to put up like 6 round lights up top there. I think that'll look really cool. Bull bars, absolute must. It should look absolutely fantastic, this thing, when it's done. Only got 100,000 miles on the clock. For a commercial 4.6 turbo diesel engine, guys, that's nothing. Absolutely nothing. That thing runs fantastic. Yeah, we'll get these old metal underruns off as well, because they weigh a ton. And hopefully we'll have this thing kind of lightened up as much as we can. But she's just a cracker. I'm so happy with this thing. Tell you, what a find. And just if you're watching for the first time, this thing's £3,000. £3,000. That is not bad at all. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. We're pretty much going to get back to it very shortly. Kids are off, like I said, so we're going to get a lot done up here, which is really good. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit notifications. Got loads of videos coming up. And of course, we've got David and Emily's Barney Family Fun for Kids, which is awesome. But for now, thank you so much for watching.